Yeah. Wallet full of fire, cold screen, hot playing, candles on my phone. Green and red demand, TradeFly on the line. He says stay clean, stay sharp, by the fear, sell the rush. Read that chart like art. When it runs, don't blink. When it dips, don't fold. Every dip got teeth, every peak feels gold. TradeFly, TradeFly, ride the wave. Bull market up, we break the cage. TradeFly, TradeFly, calm and brave. Bear market low, still get paid. Bull bear, I don't panic, I prepare. Bull bear, TradeFly's voice in the air. TradeFly's voice in the air. Bitcoin bouncing hard like a heartbeat in the dark. One tap, one move, make a clean this mark. Screens lit in the room, but my mind stay cold for more. At the door, still I hold my hold. When it runs, don't blink. When it dips, don't fold. Every dip got teeth, every peak feels gold. TradeFly, TradeFly, ride the wave. Bull market up, we break the cage. TradeFly, TradeFly, calm and brave. Bear market low, still get paid. Bull bear, I don't panic, I prepare. Bull bear, TradeFly's voice in the air. TradeFly's voice in the air. Red days teach me, green days test me. TradeFly says zoom out, that's what frees me. No mad dash, no chase, just a steady hand. From the bear to the bull, I can ride his land. TradeFly, TradeFly, ride the wave. Bull market up, we break the cage. TradeFly, TradeFly, calm and brave. Bear market low, still get paid. Bull bear, I don't panic, I prepare. Bull bear, TradeFly's voice in the air.
And here we go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. My name is TradeFly, bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. I want to say what's up to all my homies in the chat here. Thank you. I see the chat is a-flowing. I'm going to give you guys some call outs real quick. Say what's up to my man, Ada Ace. How you doing, bro? Good to see you. He's trying to get me over to that Strike platform. Maybe I'll try it out. Good to see you, brother. Usernames in the chat with the ladders. My man, how you doing? B-Team Crypto. We got Trade Intuition, LFG. What up to you, man? We got JR in the chat. We got Andrea in here. And we got Dan. He said, I made it. What up to you, bro? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. And my homie, Harp. What up, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, scrolling down a little bit more. Hopefully I got most of you called out. I think I do. If I didn't say B-Team, my man B-Team, thank you. Thank you for being here. But tonight is going to be great. All right, we're going to look at the chat. We're going to look at the charts. All right, Bitcoin is, of course, a moving. We came down to an all important key level of support. Of course, things that are going on in the world are wild right now. So, you know, that is really shaking and moving the market. I'm telling you, sometimes they're like, hey, the straight is open and down it goes. The straight is closed. Like who knows what is going on in terms of why the price is moving the way it is sometimes, like, because like just now, like I'm think they're saying that the straight is closed, yet for whatever reason, crypto's going up. So maybe it's just been beaten into submission, and that's something we can look at when we get to the liquidity, right? Looking where those liquidation levels are. So when we get to the charts, we will look at that. But I do have a special guest on today, and I want to bring him up and introduce him. Unfortunately, we don't have the camera, but we do have voice. So my man, Not of Works, what's up to you, man? Thank you for joining the show. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Appreciate you having me on. I love your style. I love your flow. This is really, really cool, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, if you guys don't know, my man does have his own platform. It is called TradeSafe.io. Super cool, man. I did give it a look, just kind of a little once over to see what it was all about. I believe it is mainly geared around traders, but I'm going to give him an opportunity to actually talk about his platform. And man, if you want to go through, share your screen or any of that, just let me know and I'll click over to it. But yeah, man, here, floor is open. Tell them where to find you. Tell them all about your platform, man. It's your time to shine.
I appreciate you, man. I don't have it pulled up. I only have my TradingView account showing, but
Oh,
it's
good.
TradeSafeAI.io, and we are a trading education platform that uses AI technology. So if you want, it's from beginners to advanced traders. It's for educational purposes. You don't know what RSI is. You don't know what volume profiles are. On why I built TradeSafe AI is to help traders and beginners develop a methodology and framework to their trading. Most people trade based on emotions and not a framework. And so my mission is to build methodologies for people. And that's why I built TradeSafe AI.
Right on, dude. Yeah, I did take a look at it. I saw that. It was pretty cool. There was one spot in there where it like had basically like an AI prompt where you could start asking like, hey, what is this? What is that? And it was kind of breaking it down for you. I thought that was super, super cool, man. So it seems like a really cool educational platform. If you guys are interested in that, go check it out. TradeSafe.io. Support the homie for coming on the show, man. No doubt about it.
I can give people, if you want, I can give you a hookup. I can give every one of your followers free access for a month on me.
Dude, yeah, that would be sick. That would be sick. What's that? And what's the code?
Code TradeSafe AI.
TradeSafe AI. All right. There it is. Let me see. Hey, B team, if you're listening in the chat, man, drop that in the chat. I would appreciate that. TradeSafe.ai. Is it just AI? TradeSafe AI would be the code?
TradeSafe AI is the code.
Hell yeah.
Unlock.
That would be sick, man. Super sick. So there you go, man. You guys want to try it out? Get it free for a month, 30 days of TradeSafe.io for the fam bam. That'll be super cool. All right. So socials. Let's go through that real quick. I know you're on X. I know you have a presence on there. That's not of works. What's the whole thing there? I do have it in the description also, but just let them know where they can find you on the socials.
You can find me at TradeSafe AI, at TradeSafe AI, and my main Twitter is not of work 7.
Sick. Cool, man. So other thing is here, right? You like to trade too, right? Not, you don't just have a cool ass platform. You like to trade. So tell people a little bit about how you like to trade and kind of your style of trading, if generate some interest there. You never know what'll resonate with people.
I used to day trade, scalp trade, and with developing TradeSafe AI and much other things, I have several businesses. I've leaned more into swing trading, and so my main focus is swing trades, but I trade on the lower term timeframes to get in. But my main focus is macro viewpoints. I don't like to get in and out of trades. I like to stay in them for several weeks, several months at a time. So that's my trading style.
Right on, dude. Yeah, I found myself, funny enough, like I was with on Piper Academy, so I was on there for a while with him, and I was mainly like swing trades, and I have found myself now like really kind of fallen more into like scalping. It's just where I've kind of worked on myself to try to develop myself in terms of my trading adventure here. So mostly scalping into a little bit of intraday, not as much swing trades anymore, but I just found with my lifestyle, like when I can just sit down and like buckle down, like that's kind of where I can get my degen on, to be honest with you. But I'm trying to develop that. I see my man Alex O in the chat right now. Way too long. Stop working so hard, man. I'm in Hawaii if it makes you feel better, brother. Thank you for the donation. Much love. If you don't know, man, Alex O, he is fam bam, like real for real friend. But thank you for stopping by, Alex. I really appreciate it. Tell your fam I said what's up. My man Big O. Tell him Uncle TradeFly I said what up, man. But good to see you, brother. Thank you for being in the chat. All right, cool. So let's go ahead. We're gonna kick it over. We'll get in. We'll run through a little bit of a market update. Maybe we'll talk a little bit of news. Maybe not. We might just bump the news today. Yeah. Forget the news. we're just gonna dive into the charts. But I am gonna give a little market update, and we will do the Daily Degen because I know you guys love that. So let's go ahead over to the news here. Or not the news, the market update, my bad. Market cap is sitting at 2.18 trillion. That's up 2.54%. Fear and greed index is at 18. That is extreme fear. We got Bitcoin at 63,405. That is up 2.27%. Ethereum is at 1667. That is up 1.85%. So they are moving relatively in parallel right now. Bitcoin dominance is at 58.5%. So that has kind of been on the decline here over the last 30 days or so, which is interesting when Bitcoin was pulling back. Not really expecting that, right? A lot of times you see Bitcoin as a safe haven. That's kind of an interesting dynamic to see. So I think the altcoins, honestly, at this point, are just beaten into submission. People are giving up a little bit, to be quite frank, I think. And, this is that time where, you know what? If you want to get into an altcoin, if you really have that conviction, it might be the time to start thinking about, hey, laddering into a position through Q3 of this year. That's kind of the take that I'm doing, right? I do have my other bag, not just trading. I also have another bag that I do hold cryptos, not forever, but for the cycle at least. Let's go over to. Oh, that's it. We got to bring it up. We got the Daily Degen. I almost forgot. I got to get this going. All right, here we go. Let's see what you guys are voting on right now. You are 69% Moon. So 16 votes in. I dig it. B team, it's the promo code, just to let you know, man, I think it's just Trade Safe AI. I don't think there's a dot for the actual code. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, just so you guys know that. And then Andrea, I think you said, shout out to your boy Dan. So Dan, what up to you, man? My name's Dan too. Good talking to you. All right, let's get this Daily Degen going. You guys are 69% Moon. You know how we roll here. We don't really do a lot of TA on it, and we just go ahead and throw. We got 5 on it. So let's go ahead. We got 5. What are we? 20x isolated, open, cool. I get excited sometimes, so I got to double check that stuff. All right. It ain't for much money. No, this ain't how I trade. I am not this Degen, but for you guys, I do it. All right. So we got that in. We'll come back and check on the Daily Degen throughout the show. But what I am going to do now is turn it on over to my man, Not of Works, and I'm going to let him hit the charts, show you guys how he likes to roll. And then we will go through the normal spill that I do, looking at the liquidation levels and some of the order books and looking at where some of that, where those passive orders are sitting on the books, because that's kind of the way I like to attack it. So here we go. Not of Works. It is your time to shine. Like I said, unfortunately, he does not have a camera, so you are just going to have the screen, but he is going to tell you how he gets down. I think they lost your audio. Hold on. Sorry about that, man. Sorry. Yeah, I can hear you, but I can see it. It's not coming through on the screen. Hold on 1 second, real quick. Let me see if I can troubleshoot it quickly. Like. It's weird because I see your screen. Yeah, I can hear you just fine, but doesn't always mean that it comes through on their end. Let me see here. That's weird. Let me see. Let me try to just re-upload your. Could you guys hear him before? Like when we had the dual screen up? You guys could hear him okay? Let me know in the chat. I'm just gonna refresh your Oh, really? Add audio track for the source. All right, try it now.
Check one. Check one. Check one. Testing 1, 2.
You should be going through. I see it on my side.
Okay. We'll get verification from the chat.
There it is.
Check
Boom.
mark. Check one. All right.
We're
Cool,
good.
man. So I like your trade. I think it's actually a really good trade because your invalidation is actually below these lows, which is perfect for your liquidation. But we've reclaimed the weekly, and so I'm targeting the next weekly above as long as you can hold 73,000. My personal macro viewpoint, I don't know if you're kind of a scalper, so I'm more long-term thinking, but I trade off of volume profiles, and I'm looking at this as a target 266, 273. If we can defeat this area, I do believe we're going to go to 88,000, roughly in this region. I have one other zone for a long swing around 53 to 57. This would be one more possible drop into this range. I'd like to grab this. I'm lusting for this only because of greed, but this is a perfect trade. My macro view is 96 to 100,000 for the next couple of months. I'm very bullish. I probably, sound stupid to a lot of people, but as long as with the news and everything being so fearful and bombs, and then you got Trump today and it's up and down, left and right, I'm just still leaning more bullish. I do believe we're going to go up into the 100K range. And I also trade off of volume profiles and TPO profiles. And what I also use is my VWAP indicator and this one right here. And when we go down on a lower term time frame, we're above all VWAPs. So I'm bullish. I'm going to maintain a bullish bias. I'm targeting the previous week's VWAP and look at all the juice above. So yeah, look at all the juice above. So these are untapped levels on VWAPs, which are based on algorithms. And that's how I trade. And so my simple philosophy is when you're above a VWAP, you target the levels above, no matter what. If you lose the VWAP, you'll target the ones below. It's pretty simple for me how I trade. It's if it's on and off, it is or it is not, and that's just how I trade. And so my viewpoint is bullish as long as we can maintain above this weekly open, which we're at the present moment. If we can close the next couple of days here, I would love to see the next weekly open again at around, let me give you the exact level. Around 73.6 to 73.7, depending on the exchange. So that's my kind of quick rundown.
Okay. Yeah, man. So one of the things that I'm looking at is, I'm kind of looking at the previous 4-year cycles. And I don't have my chart up right now, but just kind of talking through, like, my expectation is, the trend right now for me is just, it looks like lower highs, lower lows. And I am kind of expecting a continuation in terms of, pushing to the downside a little bit, but that kind of stops for me at Q3 of this year. So, the position that I'm taking right now is that I'm laddering in, starting at 72K, followed by like 50 something, and then like 40 something. It may not ever go to 40 something. I think the other one was like 58 or something, or it might have just been just below that. So we were pretty damn close. I remember where I had my order at, it was literally like $1,000 away. So I'm still wondering if I should have opened it. But yeah, man, I got three positions that I'm looking at laddering in, at least for this move, just historically based on the 4-year cycle. But it's totally different, right? Like, you're looking at like VWAPs, you're looking at some averages, you're looking at volume profiles, where I literally just took like the poor man's measurement. I'm like, all right, cool, man. What does this statistically do? 75%, 0.786. Cool. All right, let's see where all that stuff lines up. And then I took a very, elementary approach it was like a different way of DCAing into a position. And that's kind of how I'm treating it through, again, Q3 of this year. So not that I'm hard pressed to be like, it's got to go up or got to go down, but I do, in a sense, like, I do look at, we'll say macro levels. But I'm also very conscious of the trend. And so like if I were to take a position based on the trend that I'm seeing right now, I always make sure I stay within that trend. So if I'm like, hey, like I'm looking at a long position, which probably my bias right now would be for shorts. But if I was looking at taking a long position, I would make sure that I'm respecting that series of lower highs too. So just kind of like, you kind of have your thing and like I kind of have mine and kind of how those meld together. But just kind of like
They're not far off.
how I'm looking at.
They're not far off.
Just a little bit, different. But yeah, man. So all right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna bring up let's see, I'm gonna bring up the liquidation heat map. I don't know if you use this much at all, but this is something I like to look at. And there's a lot of people that are not fans of it and they have their own opinion. They're like, oh, liquidation heat map is, it's trash, yada yada yada. Okay, that's fine. But a lot of times what you find is that it's a good starting point. It's a good starting point to see, okay, if people are going to get liquidated there, are there any other levels that are kind of marrying up or aligning with that? Like, do you have significant areas of support and resistance or Fibonacci retracement levels, whatever the case may be? Or do you also have passive orders sitting on the book? And that's the magic sauce. When you got those liquidation levels and then you have passive orders sitting on the books and you get those wicks that go up into the liquidation levels and then those orders start getting filled on the books, a lot of time you're kind of ripe for a turnaround because what you'll see as prices going down, and I was calling this, and you guys can kind of back me up in both the Discord as well as in Alex's Discord. I was like, hey, there's no more liquidity there below 60,000. Now, I did go a little bit further below 60,000. They went down to 59 or something like that, but it was dark. It was dark. There was no one left. There was no one left for the fight. So what, in my mind, the way I think about this, the way I process it, is that what's the incentive? What's the incentive to keep driving the price down if there's no more liquidity to chase, right? So, that's why I like looking at this personally, and it's visually appealing for those that are watching a show. It's not that I live by it and die by it, but it's definitely something that somebody can look at this and be like, you know what? There's liquidity going up to about 64K, at least the hot spot on the map, right? And there, sure enough, the wick came right out of that area, the hot spot on the map. So it's all right, cool. We got a nice round number to look at. And then you go back left on the charts here, at least on Kayotaka, and it's showing you where the passive orders are. And so that's another, like, it's for me, almost like a cheat code, right? So what you would like to see, which we're not seeing right now. So you'd be like, hey, look at all these passive orders that are sitting above and they're kind of stacked. And when they're stacked, that's kind of telling you that that's a little bit smarter money, right? That's what they do. They kind of ladder into their positions. But right now, the CBD is aggressively still moving or trending to the upside right now. So that right there, that kind of scares me out. If I were to see this, sorry about that. If I were to see the CBD turn around and the CBD starts to work its way to the downside, as well as the open interest working to the upside, that's kind of an A+ for me. Passive orders get filled, liquidity gets taken, and then CBD is showing that shorts are aggressive and the open interest is working its way up, which means that there is more orders coming into the market. So that's, for me, is kind of like my validation. That's how I would like pull a trigger on a trade personally. But then going over to TradingView, let's, look at that. Again, do we have anything that kind of lines up? And you guys can see, like, we're doing this live right now. Like, I haven't even had an opportunity to do it. So here we go. You're looking and you got an order block, you got the weekly, you got the 55 SMA, as well as a high volume node, all sitting around 64K. So weird. All that stuff just kind of finds a way to line up. So to me, I would look at this and I would digest this and be like, you know what? I think we have resistance. And I wouldn't even think about taking a long right now personally until we actually break above that. So this right here, I see that as a resistance, and then we're looking for what? Little breakout, retest, and then that continuation. Now, this is when we get into that moment of saying, hey, we got to respect the structure right now as well, right? So if I'm looking at something like this and I see this series of lower highs right there, I'm not trying to break, I'm not trying to go past that. I'm not trying to be a hero and push past where I know that I have structure that's already developed. Coming back left on the chart, and this is something that'll make you happy, is that I have a fixed range buying profile. what do you also notice with that profile is that you have the point of control, the value area low, aligning with volume. Okay, so all that volume is sitting right there. So if I were to look at a long position personally, and this would probably be more of an intraday type trade, breakout, retest, continuation, but it's going to be quick, right? Because I'm only going up to where this volume is right here, and that's it. And that is kind of where I've had the most success here recently. Is one, staying within the structure and trying not to fight the trend too much, and then getting in and out relatively quickly, right? Don't let the market have an opportunity for Trump to say something silly, in the news, because then you just get cleared out because there's a good bit of volatility here recently as well. So that'd be something I'm looking at. And then it's like, hey, can you get a 2-to-1? So let me get rid of that here. Let me actually get the top of that range. That would be the retest. That's be 3.62%. So we're looking for, a minimum of 2-to-1. Is that realistic? Is that feasible that you can keep, above that? And I would say yes, right? Because if you break below and you close below that horizontal there at about 64.3, if you break below that and close, then I would say that's pretty much off the table anyways. So that's something that I would probably look at here in the interim. Would love to hear your thoughts on that, man. That's kind of how I like to get after it in terms of the way I look for some of my trade setups. But see what you got, man. I'm going to go back over to you, have your page up, and I'm also going to yell at my kids for being wild animals upstairs right now. So you're going to give me the opportunity to walk away and actually wreck some shop. So over to you, man. Uh-oh. Did I lose him? No. No. I think I lost him. He's gone. He gone. Ain't that a bee? Ain't that a bee? All right. I'm gonna pause tape right here. Put myself on mute real quick. So, good thing you guys couldn't hear that. All right, let's go ahead and get this party moving. I said a bad word. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, y'all can see it in my face though. I was not happy. But I think I lost my man. I don't know what's up. Let me what up? I gotta go full screen, man. It's always something. It is always something. Let me go over to X real quick because that's the way we've been talking. Hey, what y'all think about the new song, by the way? Did you hear it? Did you hear the new song, the little TradeFly song? Yeah, technology is doo-doo butter. My little nephew, he calls it buns or cheeks. That's what he calls it when it's messed up. He's like, man, that's cheeks. It's hard for me to keep up. JR is a boomer. Play it? All right, I can play it. Let me see here. It was on my on the starting screen, so I have to go about it a different way. Make sure I play the right one. I think this is it. Let me see if it actually goes through. That's weird. You know what? It is just not the night. It is not the night. There we go.
pocket full of fire. Cold screen, hot playing, candles on my phone. Green and red demand, TradeFly on the line. He says stay clean, stay sharp. By the fear, sell the rush. Read that chart like art. When it runs, don't blink. When it dips, don't fold. Every dip got teeth. Every peak feels gold. TradeFly, TradeFly, ride the wave. Bull market up, we break the cage. TradeFly, TradeFly, calm and brave. Bear market low, still get paid. Bull bear, I don't panic, I prepare. Bull bear, TradeFly's voice in the air. TradeFly's voice in the air. Bitcoin bouncing hard like a heartbeat in the dark. One tap, one move, make it clean as mark. Screens lit in the room, but my mind stay cold for more. At the door, still I hold my hold. When it runs, don't blink. When it dips, don't fold. Every dip got teeth. Every peak feels gold. TradeFly, ride the wave.
All right. You guys are never happy. The username's complaining. He wants Nightcap back. Oh, man. Andrea, she wants a reggae song. My gosh. All right. Let's look at USDT dominance real quick. Let me hopefully that's not over. Let me turn that off. Let me get rid of that. We'll look at some TA. Man, this has been a disaster. The good news is I'm in Hawaii. So you know what? When I'm done with this, I'm gonna go get some ice cream. I'm gonna sit outside and it's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay. All right, USDT dominance through the freaking roof, bro. So that, you know, obviously the inverse correlation, it is coming down for a retest. So right now, hang on to your butts, right? Because coming down for a retest, you have support underneath of you right now. That's not ideal. Okay, that is not what you want to see. You want to see this break. So this is this is a pretty big area that you want to pay attention to. If we get the break to the downside, and you have a little pivot here as well. If you get the break to the downside and you get something like that, that's going to be good for Bitcoin. All right, you get that retest, you're looking for that continuation down. That'll be good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, you look for that move to the upside, understanding the inverse correlation. But if this holds its support, that's no bueno. Okay, if this holds its support and stays over top of this horizontal here, and this starts working back to the upside, what does that mean? That means more downside for Bitcoin. All right. Understanding though, at least you do have some room for that. If we establish a range right here, understand there's an order block here that's already at the high. You know, it's pushing higher than it's been in months. All right, it is not ideal where it's at right now, to be honest with you. But Bitcoin at least has given itself a little bit of breathing room. Okay, so you know, it came down, bounce, right? You're starting to look, you know, kind of making an ascending triangle right now. Pressure's kind of building to the upside, but you're giving yourself a little breathing room. If USDT dominance for whatever reason does maintain support, what you'll look at for Bitcoin here is like, all right, cool, we can move back down. And I think this is what not to work was talking about, was coming down here and taking that liquidity, right? You got an order block down here, take the rest of the liquidity off the board, and then look for that reversal. I think he mentioned that. Now, I would say, hey, looking back on the left on the chart here, we took damn near everything. This move down was very aggressive, and it cleared out a lot of liquidity. All right, and it even went past this wick. So understanding that, I think we're in a bad spot, as in like we can't get out of this. We're in a bad spot as like, this is not where I want to be right now. I do not want to establish a range below this range. That's bad. All right, that's bad. That's just bad all the way around. All right, you do not want to establish a range down here below this range. You want to push back up. And that's why I say, like, for me, like looking for that breakout retest and then not fighting the structure, I'm probably not getting too excited, to be honest with you, until we get up over here. Previous POC, reestablish this range, and then you look for that move in here. And that's when I'll feel a little bit better about what this is going on right now. I would say be very, very careful, but here nor there, a breakout retest of this level right here would make sense for me. You could put a fixed range buying profile on that as well. You probably take it down to the hourly, make it a little bit more prominent. So let's actually do that. We'll put a fixed range buying profile on this just right here. you might be able to trade around it because it could be establishing a range right now, unfortunately. Not really the ideal situation. So you could probably trade around this, understanding you have liquidity right here. So looking for that accumulation, manipulation, and distribution is very much on the table. That's the PO3 concept that Geo talks about a lot. But you can see, hey, there's liquidity up here, and you have the node, and you have the value area high. So to see it push up and see it a wick out of this area and then see it push back down. So once you kind of get back below the value area high, back below this high value area node, I would say a short is very much on the table. And you would look for something like that, right? Wick goes up, takes it, and then we're seeing, can we get a 2-to-1? Gonna be tight. It's a 1.5. I'd say a 1.5, 1.6, right? That's going to be up to you. You know, I'm typically not very interested unless I can get that 2-to-1, but this would be one I might think about. It's close enough for government work. And, you know, if I get things lining up in terms of CBD open interest, you know, open interest would be going up, just so you know, CBD would be going down. I would be looking for something like that around here. And if I do see that, especially knowing that USDT dominance right now is at an area of support, I think this is open. This is open for business. For show. So I would mark that. Not saying jump into it. Obviously, some things have to line up. And we've kind of talked about those things. But yeah, keep your eye on that. Keep your eye on that. Let's check back on the the Daily Degen. How you guys looking right now? Down 4%. 4%. What am I going to do? You guys lost me 22 cents. 22 cents. Good thing Alex sent me a super chat, man. You know, now I can afford this 22 cents now. All right. Let's see. Oh, it looks like he might be back. It looks like he might be back. I can hear a little feedback coming through. Let's see. Let's see if we can get him back up here. I can hear a little feedback coming through. I can hear an echo.
Turn you down.
There you go.
Let's see.
I got you. I can see you popping on the duo cam here.
What's up, brother?
I got you. We're live. So you're back in the fight.
I live in Hauser, Idaho, so I'm in the boonies.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, if you're doing it over 4G, man, that's something different. I wasn't. I don't even try that, man. That's crazy.
No, just the whole internet went out, so my wife's everybody's. But I'm back.
Right on. Cool, man. I don't know how much you heard of what I was talking about, if you did or you didn't. But you know, I went through a couple little setups, talked about USDT dominance, looked at maybe a potential short from where we're at right now, looked at a potential breakout retest continuation long as well. But yeah, man, is there anything else on the charts that you have that you want to look at? Give you the opportunity here.
Yeah, so you're a micro, like you're more micro, yeah?
I'm all over the place. I'm like the most ADD trader ever, dude. Like I love swing trades because, like, you know, with my schedule in terms of a 9 to 5, like I like identifying levels. I like to see where liquidity, like the bulk of liquidity, is sitting. But when I sit down at the computer, I like to degen also, man. I do like to scalp. But sometimes that scalping does turn into intraday, just depending on how the market's moving. If you know what I'm saying. But I find myself kind of going back and forth quite a bit.
No problem. You actually have a very, very similar trading style as me. Like when I watched you a little bit, you use volume profiles, use CVD, you use those things. So I have very similar viewpoints on those. So the macro viewpoint on USDT is if you pull value on the entire range of USDT, we're above value. So last time we were above value, we went on an absolute insane bull run in Bitcoin. In this range, we literally had one of the greatest runs for Bitcoin in a very long time. So I'm more like, if we can reclaim 6.5%, we're going to have a very fun time. But it's based on reclaiming value, similar to what you say. You know, if you reclaim value, you target the other side. It's the same principle with me. If we reclaim the value area high, it's going to be an absolute euphoric fun time period in the crypto space. And doesn't mean it can happen tomorrow. It took several months for it to play out. So your thinking on the Q3 is accurate. It is possible that it can take several months to play out. But for me, I'm kind of like you. I don't want to mess with it and risk trying to be perfect. I just want to be in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that, man. That's the only way you can make money is you got to be in. You got to have some skin in the game. Only way.
You got to sit at the table. You got to sit at the table, brother.
That's it, dude. That's it, man. I will say that, like, when you zoom out a little bit, looking at USDT dominance on the daily, like, we are in an area of like certified resistance. Like, if you go back to like July and like November 2022, like, we're there. Like, we are there. So, man, this could be that moment where it does start to turn around. The only hesitation that I have is just the macroeconomic situation and just the uncertainty of, like, you never know what the hell Trump is going to say or do. And that's always like the scary part, is like any day, like, he could just do something and it's like the market's tank, and it's I don't know. That's the only thing. That's literally, like, that's the other thing, and I'd love to hear your perspective on this. I'm gonna go back to the duo real quick.
Yeah.
The other thing that I've, like, been thinking through is last cycle, especially during the bear market, like when Bitcoin was pulling back during its, like, 4-year cycle thing it does every time. The NASDAQ. What's up?
At 69K, that one?
Well, yeah, it pulled back from that, right? That was the high of 21, I believe, right? And then 2022 was like a bear market. But
okay, I'm following you.
The NASDAQ and the S&P were pulling back at the same time. And there was a very tight correlation between the NASDAQ and Bitcoin during 2022. It was pretty tight. And that has completely diverged. And so that was one thing. Yeah, it's one thing. I'm like, well, the only thing, I'm like, what if we get to like Q3 and then the market finally decides to cool down? Because it's been on a freaking tear. So what happens when the NASDAQ and the S&P are like, you know what, we're gonna cool down now? Do we really think that there's still gonna be a divergence, or does Bitcoin, kind of cool down with it, or maybe just go neutral and kind of stay in a range? Because there's some people that say, hey, like, when we get to this, if we get to the bottom, we should stay there for probably about like 100 days or so or more. I would like to hear what you think about that, man, because that's something that's been bothering me in terms of, like, the divergence between the markets right now.
It's a really good point. And, I could piggyback and talk about altcoins. Every single year or every single bull run, alts have done well with Bitcoin. But this is the first cycle we've ever seen that alts got obliterated. So in theory, it's the same thing. It's like it took everybody off guard that alts did not perform well in this Bitcoin bull run. And so when you look at stocks, a lot of people are looking at stocks as saying to themselves, well, if the stocks start crashing, it's got to take Bitcoin with it. And that is the statistical probability. If stocks start crashing, Bitcoin typically crashes also, unless there's a rotation. So the only option me and you have as traders is to look at Bitcoin compared to the NASDAQ and watch if it is diverging in any way, shape, or form. It's too early. And so I think I'm more contrarian in my viewpoint. If the majority do believe that if the NASDAQ and SPY crash, that Bitcoin's going with it. So they're targeting 40, 30, 20K. So how I trade that is based on my rules. It has nothing to do with anything. If I'm above a VWAP, I'm looking up. It doesn't matter what Trump says. It doesn't matter what the news says. It doesn't matter what NASDAQ says. If I'm above my VWAP, I am looking up to my targets. I don't care what happens. Like today, I was targeting the weekly open, which we hit to perfection today. before the Trump news came out. And so I could be fearful, or I'm just following my plan and how I trade. And so I totally understand your viewpoint. I think a lot of people are going to have a hard time navigating this because they use fundamentals as their primary focus on trading. I'm the exact opposite. I use technicals first, fundamentals like at the very, very, very last. I don't know how you view that, but fundamentals are literally the bottom of the totem pole for me. Technicals are number one for me.
So it depends, I'll say. If I'm trading, I mostly align with you, but like you have to have a tolerance though. And that's the thing. Like when there's volatility, like if you have a plan and like if you're not somebody that sets a really tight stop loss, you're a little bit more, I'll say not loose, but permissive with setting your stop loss. Like you allow for that volatility to happen. That really does fall more in line probably with your swing trades and that nature. But I will say if I am investing in something, right? Because when we talk investing, when we talk trading, you understand because you've been doing it for a while, two different things, right? So I will not invest in something that fundamentally does not have some sort of utility, real world utility. And so like if I'm going to invest in it, like it needs to do something or somebody needs to be using it time now for me to want to invest in it, or it has something big backing it like BlackRock, a la Ondo, which I do have a nice bag of that, right? But that's, we're kind of talking, it's two different things in terms of that. So that's kind of my mindset. Like, but if obviously if I'm doing scalping, a lot of times, dude, I have like a 0.3% stop loss. So like it's so teensy tight that any little bit of news, if Trump puts a tweet out, like I'm done, I'm cooked, right? That thing's gonna get stopped out. But intraday, a little bit more, leeway there, and then obviously swing trades, like you can kind of let those things run a little bit, and you can take a little bit of a move to the downside and still be okay if you're looking at a swing trade. So yeah, it kind of all depends on how I'm trading or investing. That kind of breaks that up for me in terms of fundamentals. But I would love. Have you ever talked to Crux before? Crux of Crypto?
No, sir.
I'm
I'm
gonna get you in contact with him, man. He's gonna have a heyday with that. So he is like the fundamental dude. I know there's a lot of guys out there that do fundamentals. Really good guy, by the way. But he's really gee whiz. He's good with the fundamentals. Check him out at some point, and then I'll link you two up. And like it's really cool. Like say now, I love listening to him because when he puts stuff out there, he puts stuff on my radar for investing. And, when I talk about things, like it's probably more of like, hey, I think I'm more like educational in terms of the crypto space. And then I really like Piper's stuff too. If you follow Piper Academy at all, he's really, really good with macro, like he's like a swing trade guy through and through.
Okay.
So you would love him. So I'll set you guys up at some point as well. But he's a good dude as well. All right, let me see here. What we got? B Team Crypto. He said, "Are we finding the end stage of useless altcoins?" Man, you've already heard me rant about that. I don't know how you feel, man, but like I am not a fan of, we'll say 98%, 99% of altcoins. I think it is they mostly are designed to get people upside down and pull money from people that are kind of using it as a casino, right? Because everybody wants to put $5 in, think they're going to get rich, or $100 in, think they're going to make $100,000, and they're gambling, and then they get rugged. Or these people don't know what they're doing. Anybody can create a freaking meme coin or an altcoin, and they don't know what they're doing. And so, like, it's just a recipe for disaster. And I do think there should be some sort of regulation in that world. I don't know how to go about it. Even if it's simply is like you have to apply. Even if it's easy to attain, right? Put them through that process where you don't have dudes that are, all over the place, just creating like random ass meme coins and altcoins, getting people wrecked left and right. But I don't know. How do you feel about altcoins, man? I hopefully we are seeing an end to the useless shit. I don't think we will though, B Team. I think it's going to be forever an issue until there's some sort of regulation to kind of stop it. But not a works, man. Love to hear your perspective on that.
So I have multiple altcoins. I'm more heavy into altcoins. I trade altcoins. I'm pretty aggressive with my take profits. Um, I make maps, stick to my maps, and I'm pretty. If I'm struggling, like in a particular coin, like I'm in Jasmy, I'm more aggressive in. I'll treat it more like how your style is with trading. If it's range bound, it's difficult. I'm more scalping. I'm more not scalping, but more day trading, taking advantage of the smaller volatility. But I'm not. I don't know how to say it. People think that because I trade altcoins, I'm all about altcoins. I hate altcoins. I'm like the biggest proponent of mocking altcoins. I just trade them. And so just because I trade them doesn't mean I love that coin. It's like I could pick apart Ondo, I could pick apart XRP, I could pick apart any altcoin and call it a scam. It's just, can you make money off of it? Most people don't, because they never pull the trigger when it comes to selling. I sell all the time, and so it's for me personally, I'm looking more at others. When I look at the others chart and the others dominance chart, it is looking semi pretty good. But again, we don't have proof of it. Anytime we get any sign of life, any single time we get a sign of life, a week, two later, it all gets deleted through like it's butter. So it's like, that's all it's been. That's all it's been.
I think exit liquidity. Every time I see those pumps, I'm like, oh, there's your exit liquidity, man. And then all of a sudden it pulls right on back. Like I can't tell you how many times somebody's like, hey, look at this chart for me. And I'm like, do not buy that. I'm like 90% of the time that thing's coming back to the 618. And that pull back to the 618 is like aggressive. So like, I don't know. I'm always wary of that.
The issue with altcoins, dude, is I've been in altcoins that one day shoot up 5x.
Yeah.
The next day. So it's like, it's gambling. If you trade it with, I trade it based on value. I'm a value trader. If it's below value, I'll consider a trade and I'll take profits at VWAPs and point of controls and value area highs. And that's it. Rinse and repeat and accumulate that way. Me and altcoins, it's been a pain in the butt to trade altcoins. Not gonna lie, but I've had a very, very good trade in Junction Coin. That's been absolutely delicious. One of my best trades this year. And so, I mean, I love and hate it at the same time. I do well and I do well in some trades and some well and some I don't. So
yeah, it's the Wild West, man. And I'm gonna get in trouble, man. Andrew's calling me out right now. So I actually have a section in my my Discord called Pumpamentals. So Andrea, I'll give you a little shout out so you don't get mad at me. But yeah, so she actually breaks it all down. She like literally, dog, she's so old school. Like everything's like written out and like she takes pictures of it and it's literally like these 15 papers like all over the place. I'm like, Andrea, scan this shit, please, to the computer and make it digital for everyone so we can understand your mad scientist that you got going on over there. But yeah, she's pretty good, man. So
is it tokenomics? Is that what it is?
Pumpamentals is what we call it in the Discord. But
you'll have to educate me on that.
It's just like fundamental stuff. So, but
yeah.
she does a real good job at digging into all the different coins, the altcoins and stuff like that. And kind of going through, some of the tokenomics as well as the fundamentals. The tokenomics is so important. Very few people focus on that. Yeah, she's pretty good at that stuff. I'm not. I'm good. I look at lines on the freaking chart, man. I'm better at that. I listen to other people. It's one of those things, man. You only got so much time in the day to do your own research. And I will be honest, man. I find people that have a good track record and that are trustworthy and that I believe and that I will listen to them, for better or worse. But you only have so much time to be honest. It is what it is. All right, we got a couple of people in the chat here. I just saw, I think Marty McFly, dude. That is an awesome screen name, by the way. He says he's a new subscriber. So what up to you, bro? Thank you for being here.
That's my twin brother, by the way.
Is it like for reals?
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's so cool.
He's a good dude.
I'm gonna say that I am mad though at that movie in particular. I am mad at that movie. And the reason I'm mad at it is because I really thought cars were going to be flying by the year 2000. And it's 26 years later. Damn it, I don't even have a hoverboard. So
Yeah.
that movie makes me mad. Actually, I really like that movie.
Terminator 2 is coming up too, May.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude, that's
That
funny.
time frame's coming up.
Yeah. So one of our call signs, I was flying UAS, and one of our call signs was Skynet. So it was always so funny to be like, "Hey, man, Skynet 01, checking in." Like they'd be like,
Well, thank you for your service, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Who else we got in here, man? So Ash Hunt said Piper's good. Brew is fully goated. Yeah, Brew is good. I don't know if you know Brew Bear or not. He's in Alex's Discord. He's really good. He's also on YouTube as well. And JD, man, he said real eyes, real eyes, real eyes. All right, what JD, this is your moment, man. I'm gonna give it to you, bro. What's up, dude? Whoa, that's not a good word. That's a no word. What? I don't know where you're going, man. I don't know where you're going with this, but whatever, bro. Good to see you. No audio. No audio. Uh-oh. Looks good on my end. Thank you. I don't even know. Anyways. All right. Well, dude, I think we're running up on time, man. We usually only do an hour here, but it was really cool having you on the show, man. Glad that we finally were able to link up. And again, guys, don't forget tradesafe.io. If you go there and use code TradeSafeAI, right? Is it AI or was it? Damn, I'm losing it now. TradeSafe.
It's TradeSafeAI.io.
TradeSafeAI.io. Got it. There you go.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. And then without the period is the actual code. So there you go. That'll give you guys 30 days on his platforms. Check it out. See if you like it. I'm probably going to check it out myself, to be honest with you. Because, for me, never too much data for me to look at and kind of screen through and look at different things. So, but again, man, I really appreciate having you on. We'll definitely have to link back up at some point, man. Hit me up on X. Easy to get a hold of. So definitely appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. I'd love to do more of this. I like your style. I think we come from the same background. I think we come from the same time frame too. So I'd love to continue to do this. I'm looking to collaborate a lot more. And my platform, TradeSafe AI, has an ambassador program, which pretty much allows you to use the platform free, and you can basically give it to your followers to help give them a methodology. And so, I really appreciate the time. I think you should have a lot more followers with the setup you have. It looks delish. It looks good. You're killing it. So
I'm trying, man. It's slow growth over here, but it's all good, man. I have a really, really strong group. There's about 20 or 30 people that I just feel like it doesn't matter where I go, they always are there to support. And honestly, it's my little fan bam. I'm good with it. I'm being real with you. I'm good with it. We got other things I'm working in the background. I've been talking about it for like 6 months. They're always like, yeah, you're always talking about it. It's because I'm forward testing and I'm not trying to screw you guys over. I want everything to work correctly. We are working on some stuff that's basically just automating the trading, process. So, all the way, like literally just like, hey, it's like, when you do an interview and they're like, hey, what's your risk level? What's your tolerance? And, link it with the exchange and then just let it go, man. Let it do its thing. We've got a couple things that are actually looking pretty good right now. So we're testing those, and again, we're forward testing them now. So we're actually seeing if they're actually profitable, not just through back testing. And you know how that is. Obviously, with your platform, you get that probably more than most. It is a process, guys. I promise you. And there's always something that goes wrong. Whether it's a webhook doesn't go through, whatever the case may be. Like think about. Like, I don't want people to get stopped in trade. So how do I, develop a process that protects you? So I have to have different mechanisms that will exit a trade if something were not to trigger the way it's supposed to. And that's kind of, it's hard when you got to go through all the coding and all that stuff to make sure all that stuff works and actually go through an API key to the exchange and keep your API keys safe. That's a whole nother story in itself. So yeah, man, going through that process.
I've actually had to deal with that myself. So I have the command center, which is a exe file, and I don't store any API keys, but I understand the burden you're going through.
Yeah.
And so if anyone gets it, it's me. And so who knows, maybe we can help out each other. And are you connected with an exchange?
Yeah, man, I got a bunch of exchanges, but 2bit is one that kind of like semi-sponsors me. And then BitUnix is one that we do a lot of the API integration through. So they're easy to work with. What's up?
Okay. Are they collaborating with you to have these AI bots?
Yeah. I got one of their like head, like, I don't know, devs or whatever. Was it Telegram? I always stumble with that. But yeah, I think it's Telegram. So yeah, man.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Congrats on that. That's very hard. I've been trying to get a hold of exchanges myself. So congrats.
I mean, I have some pretty good contacts, man. We'll talk more. Just hit me up. I have the head BD's information, so I can put you in contact with her with 2bit. So like she's the boss. So she'll help you out and she'll get you in touch with whoever you need to talk to with 2bit. And then I have a pretty good rep for BitUnix as well. So that was CryptoFace's old rep at BitUnix is the guy that I use over there. So his name's Jeremy. Wow. Yeah. So
okay. Yeah, I'd love, man, if you could throw me a bone, that'd be great, my man.
I got you. Easy. That's what it's all about, man. We're all about, helping each other out. Everyone that I've associated with myself with in the space, most of them are good people, and they want to help other people out. So yeah, man, all about it.
Do you record these spaces, or what we just did? Is it recorded?
Yeah, dude. When we get off, it'll post on YouTube.
All right, cool. I'm gonna share with my crew. I got about 8,000, close to it. So
sick, man. Awesome. Well,
I appreciate you, my man.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. You have a good one. I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. Everybody, thank you for being on today. I really, really appreciate it. As always, you guys are the absolute best. Please like and subscribe. I know most of you have. You wouldn't be in here chatting if you didn't. So I appreciate that. But of course, come check us out. Use the codes. That would help us out as well. But again, like and subscribe. And afterwards, apparently you can hype this now. So please do that as well. And don't forget, trade safe. Be safe. I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before.
criminal, man, I still go